Okay, question number 1 is about diffusion. This question is about diffusion. Okay, you know diffusion of solid into liquid. Purple pill and water, so it will diffuse after some time, right? So which statement explains why this change takes place? Diffusion of solid into liquid. It's very simple. One drop of ink when you uh, add into a glass of water after several hours, you will see that the entire blue ink, if the ink is blue, then the entire water turns into blue solution. So which one is correct? First, eliminate the wrong answer. Diffusion occurs because the pill is colored. No, up to here it's correct, but this part is not correct. Whether it is colored or not colored, diffusion takes place. Fast diffusion occurs faster at high temperature. This is very dangerous. I call it dangerous distraction. Why dangerous distraction? Because this sentence is correct. Diffusion occurs faster at high temperature, but it has nothing to do with which is with this explanation. It has nothing. There is nothing about temperature mentioned here. No relation with question. Statement is correct, but no relation with question. You have to be careful. That's why I tell this type of answer is dangerous. It was very common trap. I call it trap. Diffusion occurs from an area of high concentration to a lower concentration. Yes, it has high concentration. So here there is no pill, so it diffuses into lower concentration. This is also trap. Gases diffuse faster than liquid, yes, but it has nothing to do with this question. Why this change occurs? There is no gas here. So C is the answer. Question number 2 is about test for ions. Ion test for ions. Aqueous sodium hydroxide, white precipitate means copper is not possible. Colored. Precipitate dissolves, it means calcium is not possible. Either aluminum or zinc. Ammonia, white precipitate. Precipitate remains, it means aluminium. You have to memorize test for ions. Question 3 is again okay. It's about atom and molecule. Which diagram shows the particle inside a balloon containing a mixture of gases, nitrogen and oxygen? Keep in mind, nitrogen and oxygen both are diatomic. For diatomic, I tell you a hint. These are the diatomic. No, NOH. They have suffix gen, and the other suffix which have ene, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, ester. 639. These are the 9 diatomic elements. There are 9 diatomic elements only. They have suffix ene, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, astatine, and they have suffix gen, nitrogen, oxygen, hydrogen. I tell my students to remember gen, ene as mnemonic that one of my friend teacher, Mr. Platts, who passed away, was in British school. I should acknowledge his service and his affectionate teaching. So, Jenny, you used to use this mnemonic. So all those elements which have suffix gen or suffix ene, They are diatomic: nitrogen, oxygen, hydrogen, and this. So, which one is the answer? Um, Nitrogen, oxygen, hydrogen. So, diatomic is C or B. Anyone is correct, either B or C. So B is wrong because B is order. You see, all one type of molecule here, another type of here, but the elements are arranged randomly. So C is the answer. Why D is wrong? Because two different atoms. Why A is wrong? Monoatomic. Monoatomic. Okay. Number four is about rate of reaction. About rate of reaction. So I have to minimize this. So which question is uh, I have to minimize it further. Okay. Which diagram is suitable for the experiment to find the rate of reaction? So which one is not possible? First eliminate those. It is not for rate of reaction. Gas is given out. This is possible because gas comes here and the volume of liquid you can measure with respect to time because the water level will go down with respect to time. This also you can use because the mass decreases. Okay,
Because the mass decreases with respect to time. This also you can use because the marble chip, when you add acid from burette, so it will go here and you can measure the volume of gas with respect to time. So D is the answer. Equal masses, question number 5 is are stored equal masses of methane gas, CH4. Under which set of conditions the methane occupies smallest volume? You are given temperature and you are given pressure. You know, if you have more pressure, greater the pressure, smaller the volume. You know, pressure is inversely proportional to volume. Okay. And then greater the temperature, greater the volume because particles have more energy. So you must know the relationship between temperature and volume and pressure and volume. One is also called Boyle's law and one is Charles' law. So uh, B is the answer because smallest volume, lower the temperature, lower the volume. So C, D wrong first. Not why A is wrong because atmospheric pressure here is twice atmospheric pressure. More pressure, smaller volume. Okay, so B is the answer. 6. 6 was considered as the easiest according to examiner report. So 18 neutron, 18 electron, sulfur. Sulfur has 16 proton. Okay, so not correct. Here you have 14 electron. Here you have 18 electron. Here you have 16 electron. Here you have 16 electron. Electron is higher, so it is more electron means than proton means negative charge, and there is only one option C. More electron means negative charge. Which two elements react together? A compound is formed. When two elements react together, a compound is formed. Which statement is correct? First, let's see which one is wrong. Equal masses of element must be used. No, any mass of elements can be used to react. Compound shows similar chemical properties to those of element. Now, compound must not have the similar property of the elements. Element must be both non-metal, not necessary. Metal, non-metal do react. So obviously 4 will be the D will be the answer. When elements react together, ionic or covalent compounds form in general. Which statement, again ionic bonding question, is correct for all the ionic compounds. Achha ji. They dissolve in water, not necessary. Why? Silver chloride, silver iodide, ionic compound, barium sulfate in acid base. You know, these salts are not soluble. Calcium sulfate, not soluble. Lead sulfate, not soluble. They are formed when metals share. No way. Ionic compound, transfer of electrons. They conduct electricity in molten state. Yes. Solid state, no, because ions cannot move freely. Number 9. When a piece of sodium is heated in air, it reacts with oxygen to form ionic compound. Again, ionic compound. Na2O means 2Na. Both have one electron in their outermost shell. So oxygen has 2 6. Oxygen wants 2 electrons. One electron from each atom goes to oxygen. Na2, Na plus, and oxygen 2 minus. Okay, is the explanation. But how will you do shortly? An oxygen atom shares never. Group 1 metal form ionic bond. Acha ji, shares 100% wrong. It's not sharing. Acha ji. So B, a sodium atom loses 2 electron. Wrong. Sodium atom has group 1, loses 1 electron. D is the answer. Two sodium atoms each lose 1 electron to oxygen is transferred to the oxygen atom. 10. Examiner report says that 10, most of the student wrote here C, which is wrong. According to examiner report. Chlorine atomic mass is 35.5. 2 moles of chlorine gas. 1 mole of chlorine, 35.5 into 2, 71 gram. 1 mole. 2 moles, 71 into 2, 142. D is the answer. Examiner report says most of the students wrote 71. 11. It's about empirical formula. Okay, to find the empirical formula, we need percentage, composition. Okay, percentage, composition. Density, we don't need for empirical formula. Volume, we don't need for empirical formula. Relative molecular mass, we don't need for empirical. We need for molecular formula. So B is the answer. Percentage, composition. 23, 12 answer. 12 is about moles, mass, what is a moles relation, something related to mole. Acha ji. Let me explain you how can you do this question without calculator. Without calculator. Okay. If you see the formula mass of this copper sulfate, 5H2O full, we have to, copper is 64 plus 12 plus 64 plus 5 into 18. So the MR is, mm, this MR is total is 250. So this is 250. From 250, you form copper sulfate formula mass is 160. It's better to use the word formula mass, not molecular mass, because copper sulfate is ionic compound. So 250 gram copper sulfate gives 160 gram anhydrous. Question is 25 gram. So you can see it is 10 times less, so it will be 10 times less. 16 gram. B is the answer. Okay. Again, mole 13. Uh, 1 mole of organic compound is completely burned in oxygen, produce exactly 3 moles of water. So there's a shortcut trick. You know, oxygen, if the number of carbon is 4, 4 carbon dioxide. Number of water is hydrogen is 10, right? Do the half. So A is wrong because it says 3 moles of water are formed. For hydrocarbon, it is very easy. Let's see. C3H8. How many carbon plus oxygen? But let me do a shortcut. 3 carbon, 3 carbon dioxide. We don't need carbon. We want hydrogen. 8 means 4 water. So for 1 mole, 4 mole water. Okay. You don't even need to write the complete equation. You can balance, you can do it orally. Okay. Mentally, you can do, sorry. Ethanol. C2, you see how many hydrogen? 5 and 1, 6. So the water will be 3. Yes. C2H5OH. 2 carbon dioxide. 6 water means 3 water. 6 hydrogen means 3 water. Yes. 1 mole gives 3 mole water. Why not D? 7 and 1, 8 hydrogen. So for water, we will do 4 mole. 4 to the 8. Okay. So balloon is the answer. For 1 mole, you need 3 mole of water. Question 14 is relatively easier. It's about extraction of metal, extraction of aluminum at positive electrode. Examiner has asked what equation. So you know there are two ions, aluminum plus 3, O minus 2. Minus will go to the positive electrode and lose electron. Which option is this, doctor? 15. Copper sulfate, copper electrode and copper sulfate. Be very careful in copper sulfate electrolysis. First, you see which electrode, copper electrodes or carbon electrode, both have different product at anode. Positive electrode is different. No change in, if the copper electrodes are used, there is no change in color. So these two are wrong. B and C are wrong, faded, wrong. A or D is correct. So you know these are the ions H plus, Cu2 plus, OH minus, sulfate minus. Copper ion is preferentially discharged because copper is below hydrogen in the reactivity series. So the negative electrode becomes bigger. So A is the answer. And electrode become smaller because Copper dissolves. Copper anode dissolves if both are made of copper, and color does not change. Okay. 16. Again about electrolysis. Aqueous sodium chloride, what are the ions? These are the ions. Hydrochloric acid, these are the ions. Sulfuric acid, this is the ion plus OH. Which solution produce hydrogen at the negative electrode? Shortcut. Aqueous sodium chloride, yes. Hydrogen ion is there, yes. It will form. Hydrochloric acid also. Sulfuric acid also. A answer. Because hydrogen is there in all three. 17. Whenever examiner asks about the reverse reaction, to think like this reactant will become product. Right hand side will go to the left hand side, will go to the right hand side, and right hand side will become the left hand side. N2O. This was endo, this become exo, the reverse one. What is the activation energy? Only this. This is how much? This one only. Okay. Okay. Then this is how much? 447. So 4 total is 447 minus 164. 283. This minus this. This is the activation energy. So 4. Acha, this is total. 447 minus 164. 283. Okay. Again, reverse reaction, product become reactant, and the right hand side becomes left hand side, the left hand side become right hand. 18. Endothermic, exothermic bond is about endothermic bond breaking endo. This is bond making exo. Gas to liquid exo. Condensation. Okay. Condensation is exo. One only. Is about reversible reaction. Question 19. Greater amount of sulfur trioxide. Which change? Catalyst never affects product. Removing some sulfur dioxide means if you remove this equilibrium shift backward. Greater amount means increasing temperature, increasing pressure. Yes. How? Here it is 2 mole, 2 plus 1 moles. For gases, 3 moles, 2 moles. More increasing pressure means shifting equilibrium forward, so more yield will be obtained. So B is the answer. Reaction is forward exo, reverse endo. Increase in temperature shift the equilibrium towards endo. Okay. This is about rate of reaction. अच्छा जी. Gases have effect of pressure. Experiment 1, pressure is 1 atmosphere powder. Experiment 2, pressure is half, means rate slower. So pressure is greater, rate faster. Okay. So explanation of the rate of the reaction 1 and 2. 1 will be higher, CD wrong. Because 1 you have high pressure means rate for gases. More pressure means particles will be close to each other compared to this low pressure. If particles are closer, they may collide effectively. More chances are there. So 1 and 3, देखें, large pieces slower than 1. A answer. So in A, because more pressure, so A is faster, and 1 and 3, A is powder, so faster. More surface area. Achha, 21. Which change always occurs when a metal atom is oxidized? Metal atom is oxidized means plus charge increases if it oxidizes. Positively charged. This was easier. Which statement is correct? Ammonia is produced when an ammonium salt is warmed with acid. Wrong. Alkali. Amphoteric oxide are oxide of certain metals. Yes, correct. But let's see the C. A neutral solution does not contain OH ion. Common misconception. Neutral may have H plus and OH both, but equal in amount. Soil with high pH can be neutralized by lime. No, because it is also basic. So pH will increase further. 23. Which reagent can be used to react with dilute hydrogen to prepare silver chloride? Silver chloride is insoluble salt. You need two soluble salt. Silver nitrate plus either HCl or NaCl. HCl examiner has given HCl. AgCl will be formed. Insoluble salts are prepared by two soluble compounds. So silver nitrate is this one, easier. 24. Okay, symbol, this means goes to completion, reversible. Cat means catalyst. Okay, cat cut means no catalyst. For Haber process, this is Haber process. We do need catalyst, also iron catalyst, right? So we need, C is the answer. We need reversible also for Haber process, catalyst also. 25. Nitrogenous fertilizer can cause eutrophication. Okay, what is the order? First order, the fertilizer wash into river. Yes, this is first. Oxygen level becomes depleted. This is last. This is last. After that, the algae or algae increases, plants begin. This is number 2. Yo, sorry. Decay. This is number 2. Number 5, plants grow because algae production increases. So, sunlight restricts the plant die. This is number 3. When plant die, okay, because of the lack of photosynthesis, because the sunlight does not reach, so plants start to decay. And then oxygen was used by bacteria to decompose, so lack of oxygen. So first is okay, second is number 5, so A and B wrong. Second is number 5, third is uh, then is third, okay, plants die, okay, so D is the answer. Sulfuric acid uses very quickly, we can do it. uh, Battery, yes. To make fertilizer, yes. To make ammonia, no. 1 and 3. C is the answer. Acha, 27. Total number of electrons in an atom of Q is 17. And one atom of R, इसका मतलब है Q is chlorine and R is potassium. Atomic number 19. So Q is chlorine and R is potassium. Atomic number 19. This is atomic number 17. Both form covalent compound, wrong. Ionic compound. Group 1, group 7. Q form positive ion, wrong because it is in group 7, so it forms negative ion, chloride. R has more outer electron than Q, no. R is in group 1, Q is in group 7. D is the answer. R is more metallic than Q. Yes, potassium is more metallic than chlorine. D answer. 28 is also easier according to Cambridge exam. 28 to 32 were easier. Uh, Manufacture of sulfuric acid, you don't need nickel. A, B wrong. Manufacture of ammonia, you use iron. C is the answer. And margarine, you use nickel. 29. Which metal is attached to underground pipes made of iron for sacrificial protection? This topic is rusting and prevention. You need more reactive than iron. So that is C. Magnesium is more reactive only. Silver, copper, lead is less reactive. For sacrificial protection, you need to attach more reactive metal. 30th is also very easy. Strip brass, nylon, zinc, and each one tested by conducting separately connecting to the in circuit. It's about electrical conductivity. Bulb light, nylon, no, nylon, no, nylon, no. D is the answer. Nylon is cloth, right? For this question, I suggest my student to memorize, please complete combustion question. First, carbon dioxide balance, then balance hydrogen for 1 mole. 8 to the 16 and 9, 25, write 25 by 2. Then multiply the whole equation by 2. If you multiply the whole equation by 2, this will be the equation. So this is D. Okay. 32 is easier. Carbon cycle. P is respiration. So this is wrong. Okay. Q, plants absorb carbon dioxide from atmosphere, which is called photosynthesis. So Q, Q is not combustion. So D is the answer. R is combustion. 33. Chlorofluorocarbon, because the carbon chlorine bond in UV light breaks down in UV light, forming chlorine free radical, which reacts with the ozone and depletes ozone layer. So chlorine, acha, it's about pollution chapter. What is the renewed or what is removed destroyed when water is desalination? Means remove, saline means salt, removal of salt. Okay, sodium chloride is a salt. 36. Both are two element S and T S. They both they both burn in air to form carbon dioxide, and water only means hydrocarbon. Hydrocarbon. Both react with chlorine by substitution means cannot be both are alkane. It means propene, ethene wrong because alkene. S has higher boiling point than T S. Okay, so C is the answer because propane has higher boiling point than ethane. More carbon, more boiling point in alkane. सही है. So 35 is C answer. 36, very easy. General formula you know about alkane. So CnH2n plus 2 is alkane reaction with no reaction with bromine. What is the question? Alkene. Alkene means these two are wrong. Alkane. CnH2n is alkene. With aqueous bromine decolorizes. Okay. CnH2n is alkene. 37. Which statement about process by which ethanol is produced on a large scale from ethene and glucose? One is from ethene like this by adding steam. Phosphoric acid catalyst 300 degrees Celsius, 60 atmosphere pressure. Okay. From glucose, do you remember this is the equation C6H12O6 fermentation, 2 carbon dioxide plus ethanol. So reaction is faster in 13, reaction is faster at 100 degrees and then at 13. From glucose is wrong because from glucose we carry out the reaction around 37, 38, not at high temperature because enzyme gets denatured. Produces more ethanol, ethene. Yes, percentage yield is high. This is true about ethanol. Do we use a catalyst from methane? Yes. Uh, Okay. Examiner has accepted yeast also the zymase enzyme as catalyst. So yeast has zymase, biological catalyst, which called enzyme. Uses steam, yes. In fermentation, carbon dioxide produced, yes. Now, 38. Many students, this is, they think that uh, this is ester and these three carbon propyl and methanoate. The alcohol part comes, which is comes as propyl first. Oxygen, this alkyl group is bonded with the oxygen with the help of single covalent bond is named as alkyl. Okay, okay. So propyl methanoate. So D is the answer. 39. Which compound has a pH 7 less than pH 7 means acidic? Ester, neutral, ester, ester. C is the answer because carboxylic acid. Acid has pH less than 7. Last 40. This is the polymer. The monomer should be like this. CH2, CH3 means C2H5. Yes, is the answer. Let me tell you the grade threshold. So this is done, but the grade threshold of this paper, um, don't just turn it off. Just wait for a while, 1 minute only. Grade threshold I can write here for this paper. A was 29 grade threshold. B was 23. C was 17. D was 15. And E was 14. Usually E is like this is the grade threshold of this paper. Look at the grade threshold of this paper. A was 29, B was 23, C was 17, D was 15. So if you have 15, you can pass. 14 also. Okay. Thank you so much. If you have any question, then please ask in group or ask in video.